Heed my warning. Those who live in death should be left well alone.
Thou who approachest destined death.
Leave them alone.
I think not. Their spirits belong to me. They are mine to command. Mine. Souls upon souls. They cannot escape me. Always hungry, never eating. Always waking, never sleeping. The Necromancer approaches.
As I'm sure you've probably guessed, in today's video I will be playing my way through Elden Ring as the Necromancer. Of course, the only way to do this is through Elden Ring's Convergence mod, which is by far the best mod in my opinion, and honestly makes it hard for me to even go back to the base game. But that's enough for me. Enslaved souls are impatient after all, so without further ado, let's hop into the run. As always, the first thing we have to do is give ourselves a name that relates to the theme of today's build, in this case, the Necromancer, to ensure that my dead minions remain loyal to me. Lady Macdeath. Yeah, that's pretty good. Wow, that was actually a good name for once. Nice one. We then of course paint our entire body the color black, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. Damn, I look good. After that, I take a quick trip to the lands between, where I spawn right next to a graveyard. Highly convenient for the Necromancer, if you ask me. The first thing I happened to notice was that I couldn't lock onto these skeletons. Why? Because they're my boys now. The dead are my friends, not my enemies in this run. Feeling immensely excited because I'm not sure if you can tell already, but I really like the dark horror themes. I decided to check out the path of the Necromancer to find out where to go to strengthen my build. The following locations have death spell ruins: Shimmering Rune of Necromancy, Tomb's Ward Catacombs, Glowing Rune of Necromancy, Black Knife Catacombs, Shining Rune of Necromancy, Giants Mountaintops Catacombs, and Radiant Rune of Necromancy, Deeproot Depths. Okay, the notable armor sets of the Necromancer are Fear set, Landell, Royal Remains set found after defeating Ensha, and Mausoleum Knight set, Kaled Catacombs. Cool beans. It became clear that the Tombswood Catacombs was the first place I needed to go to pick up my first spell rune. The dungeon itself was not all too challenging, and I discovered that Tibia Summons was a pretty decent spell off the rip to do some good damage. The only drawback being that your enemy basically had to be standing still, otherwise it would just miss them completely. Anyway, we made it through the dungeon, yanked on this lever real good, which allowed us to come face to face with a cemetery shade. I'm pretty sure this bloke has never stood still in his entire life, which meant that Tibia Summons would be completely useless in this fight. It was therefore down to the good old sword, hack and slash to ensure that the cemetery shade would be the first soul added to our army. Okay, jump hit him. Nice. Good damage. Let's see if Tibia Summons can do anything here now. Yes, when he's not moving it does good damage. Okay, Tibia Summons again. Yes, yes. Okay, hit him, nice. Hit him with some summons while he's standing still. Yeah, the boys. Hit him with the boys again. Yeah. Oh, the boys, yeah, get him down. Okay, I'm gonna jump it off this, and it should be done. There we go. Cheers, buddy. Did I say Tibia Summons would be useless? Whoops. Well, theoretically it should have been in this fight, but the Shade decided that today he would like to be retarded, so that was fine by me. I then took a quick look at all the goodies that the Shimmering Rune of Necromancy gave us. Rancor Call, that's pretty sure it's in the base game, Lingering Blight, Rally the Legion, Accursed Binding. Ooh, this all sounds so good. Okay, let me check them out. Sorcery of the Servants of Death. Summons vengeful spirits that chase down foes, dealing damage and building frostbite. Charging enhances potency. That's a normal spell. Lingering Blight. A sorcery practiced by heretical necromancers. Sends out blighted projectile towards foes. On impact, it curses enemy, causing constant buildup of death blight for 30 seconds. Okay, that's just a nice debuff. Rally the Legion. A sorcery of the Deathbed Companions. Champions of the Soulless. Increases damage of all summons and allies by 10%. And increases the defenses. Okay, so that's a buff on your summons. That's really cool. Adds HP recovery to all summons and allies. Okay, Accursed Binding. Sorcery practiced by heretical necromancers. Perpetual enhancement. Makes the caster immune to spirit summon debuffs and adds 8 stamina recovery. The spell does not expire. Recast the spell to toggle effect. Okay, I probably won't use that one. At this point, I didn't think much of Accursed Binding or Rally the Legion. They seemed pretty useless to me, but boy oh boy was I mistaken, as you will soon see later on in the run. But for the meantime, I needed a way to get to the Black Knife Catacombs. To do that, we slapped this Erdtree avatar into the ground, and took his teleporter to Leonia, where this ancestral shaman awaited us. She was pretty trash on her own, but when she summoned her triple doggos midway through the fight, it made it slightly more tricky. It was at this point, however, that I remembered that I'm a bloody necromancer, and if there was a time to use summons on a run, it was now. I came back to rematch the shaman with my main man, Lutel the Headless. He was precisely the extra firepower that I needed, and with his help we cleaned her up, no problem. Due to his splendid performance, I decided to also rechristen Lutel to now be Lutelius Scotimus Maximus. A fitting name, if you ask me.
All hail Lutelius Scotimus Maximus.
Okay, yeah, that's enough from you, buddy. He was right though. With Lutelius Scotimus by my side, nothing could stand in my way. So we headed on over straight to the Black Knife Catacombs. It was here that I also decided to embrace the true power of the Necromancer. I did this by using a spell called Tibia's Conversion, which allowed me to convert all undead enemies into my allies. And as you can see, I was having way too much fun with this. Hello friend, and one more friend, another friend, and now they should all just come and gangbang this dude. Oh, no, they're just trying to kill each other. You're all my friends, why are you killing each other? Yes, yeah, dude. Okay, this is really cool, I like this. Not only was it cool, but it was also incredibly practical for the path of the Necromancer. Please just witness the destruction that takes place when you use your own buffed up private army of undead against the measly cemetery shade. Okay, gonna convert. And convert. Okay, now they're both on my side, and now we can rally the Legion. Yeah, rally that Legion. Oh, this is so cool. And now we can just beat down on this shade with my whole gang of undead. Oh my god. Okay. This is a new kind of like cool class that I've used. I've never used a class like this, where I just get a swarm of my own like minions. That is really awesome. I like that a lot. Ancient Death Rancor, Sacrifice, Curse of Putrefaction, and Rancor Bolt. Okay, so more like death sorceries. Let's have a look at all those. Okay, Ancient Death Rancor, Sorcery of the Servants of Death. Summons a horde of vengeful spirits that chase down foes, dealing damage and building frostbite. Charging enhances potency. Okay, that's just a better Rancor call. Sacrifice, a sorcery inspired by the funerary rites of death birds. Instantly kill your summoned minions, causing a large ghost flame explosion, dealing holy damage and causing frost buildup. When your summoned minions die, you recover all HP, FP, and stamina points. You also receive a buff that increases your absorption and holy damage deal by 10%. Holy crap. Okay, so you summon all these minions, then you just say, okay, buy minions, and then you just sacrifice them for some, like, insane damage. That is insane. Curse of Putrefaction, a curse that strikes at the frailty of flesh, accelerating decay. Sends out a projectile towards foes, which upon impact curses the enemy. The curse lowers the target's absorption to holy damage by 10% and deals damage over time. Okay, that sounds pretty good. And then Rancor Bolt, Sorcery of the Servants of Death, summons a single vengeful spirit that quickly seeks out the enemy, dealing damage and building frostbite. Nice. Okay, it looks like we definitely need some more memory slots, because like, it just seems like all of these combine really nicely together. We were really getting some of the big boy spells now. But what use of 50 cal explosive armor-piercing rounds in a banged-up musket from the 1800s? No use at all. So I decided to take a trip to Sage's Cave in Altus Plateau, where I could acquire a bigger and better staff. It seemed fitting that to do this, we had to face up against our very own fellow Necromancer. I was slightly disappointed that you weren't able to use Tibia's Conversion to turn these weird head ball roly thingies, but it didn't really matter in the end, as I proved that I was indeed the strongest Necromancer in the land. Okay, we're doing good damage here. Lutel's just the goat. Yep, easy. And there we go, we get the Prince of Death Staff. That is what we came for. Hell yeah. It really was a pity that the Prince of Death Staff didn't look nearly as cool as my original stuff. But hey, as a wise man once said, if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a pretty woman your wife. So from my personal point of view, get an ugly girl to marry you. So I proposed to the Prince of Death Staff, and she made me very, very happy, with her S++ scaling in both faith and intelligence. Very happy indeed. So for our honeymoon, I took her all the way to the mountaintops of the Giants. Which is a bloody maze, by the way, may I add. My goodness, it took me a while to make my way through here. But finally, after much pain and suffering, I made it all the way to the end, where I found everyone's least favorite boss, the giant tree slinky. I really do hate these guys with a fiery burning passion, but hey, they are kind of predictable after a while, and ended up being no problem for me and my boy Lutelius Scotimus.
All hail, Lutelius Scotimus Maximus. Heya, heya, heya.
Yes, we get it, okay. Jesus Christ, I don't even want to say his name anymore. Anyway, with Tree Slinky out the way, I popped my next rune of Necromancy and took a look at all my brand new goodies. Ghost Flame Cannon, Wave of Corruption, Rancor Storm, Soul Steel. Okay, now we're getting the good stuff. Let's have a look here. Sorcery of the Servants of Death. Launch a projectile in an arc towards enemies, causing an explosion of ghost flame that burns the surrounding area, dealing holy damage and building frostbite. Charging increases potency. Okay, that looks like Cannon of Heimer, but just ghost flame version. Okay, Wave of Corruption, a sorcery made in tribute to the Prince of Death and his insidious legacy. Slam your staff into the ground, causing an explosion of death blight to slowly spread out in the ground in front of you, causing holy damage and building death blight to an enemy it touches. Okay. Rancor Storm, just another upgrade to Ancient Death Rancor. Summons a legion of vengeful spirits that chase down foes, dealing damage and building frostbite. Charging enhances potency. And then Soul Steel. Oh, look at that. Yo, that looks cool. Violently rip an enemy's soul from their body as a projectile that moves toward the caster. The enemy instantly becomes stunned when the soul is absorbed. The caster becomes drained of all stamina for a few seconds and loses all remaining FP. Wait. So it just instantly stuns them, but then I lose all my FP and stamina. That's interesting. I'll have to see how that works, but that sounds pretty... It looks insane. Like, the artwork on that looks so nice. We were looking real good at this point. The last rune of Necromancy could be found in the Deep-Root Depths. To get there, we took an Erdtree teleporter, but before we could progress further within the Deep-Root Depths, we had to take on another Tree Slinky, and my god, it was painful. Remember when I said Tree Slinkies were predictable and easy? Nope, not this one. This dude is the god of all Tree Slinkies, an anomaly that caused me so much pain and suffering. Convergence modders, please for the love of god remove this boss from the game. He is so unnecessarily dumb and annoying and unpredictable. I even went to go pick up and upgrade a new weapon called Rosu's Harvester, which was pretty cool by the way, to see if that would work at all. And no. It certainly helped with poise breaks, but I still could not defeat him. And you know what the worst part is? I didn't even beat him at all. This boss is so dumb that he actually managed to kill himself. After all my pain and suffering, this is how it went down. Wow. Just wow. I had to take a long break from the game after that before coming back. After calming down a little bit, I came back to the game so I could finally complete the Necromancer build. I was sure that Lich Dragon Fortisax would have the last rune of Necromancy, but to get to him, I first had to defeat 3 mini-bosses, which went a little something like this. A bing, a bang, a boom. Easy. Oh, and I also tried out the Soul Steal spell, which I thought would be really good, but turned out to be absolute garbage, because although your enemy was instantly staggered, your entire FP and stamina bar were drained simultaneously, and only started recovering once they'd gotten back up. It did turn out to be somewhat useful later on when I figured out how it worked in symbiosis with another spell, but we'll get to that later. For now, the focus was all on my fight with Fortisax. This strategy here was just to spam Ghost Flame sorceries like Rancor Storm and Ghost Flame Cannon, whilst Fortisax was distracted by Lutelius.
All hail, Lutelius Scotimus Maximus.
Oh my god, can you shut up? We get it alright? Lutel is great. You know it, I know it, we all know it. Now can you please give it a rest? Thank you. Ooh, this guy is going to be the death of me. Anyway, back to Fortisax getting bullied by Ghost Flame. I'll let you witness how this fight played out. I found that Ghost Flame Cannon was especially useful against larger enemies, but not so great against the smaller and more agile ones, because of the charge up time and air travel time. Okay, more Rancor Storms one. Big boy, yeet! It's crazy how that doesn't actually hit you. Hit him with the Ghost Flame Cannon. Oh wait, that did a lot. Ghost Flame Cannon go crazy. Yeah, a couple more Rancor Storms. And then Ghost Flame Cannon, charge it up. Oh, okay, we got him. Nice. There we go, Radiant Rune of Necromancy. Okay, let's pop our rune. Ghost Flame Embrace, Ritual of Ghost Flame, Godwin's Vengeance, and Phoenix of Death. Holy, these look crazy. Okay, let me take a look. A sorcery inspired by the funerary rites of deathbirds. Envelop the caster, all allies and summons in Ghost Flame. Any nearby enemy will take holy damage and frostbite buildup. Lasts 40 seconds. Okay, sounds pretty good. Ritual of Ghost Flame. A sorcery inspired by the funerary rites of the deathbirds. Strike your staff to the ground to conjure a series of Ghost Flame explosions around you, dealing holy damage and building frostbite. All to increase duration. So that's just like a sort of nuke around you. a sorcery wrought by the great Phoenix, harbinger of souls and source of the power of Ghost Flame. Legendary enchantment, effect never expires. Recast the spell to toggle the effect. Increases the damage of all death sorcery by 10%, grants 3 FP regen per second, but decreases all absorption. So it makes you weak, but it makes you an OP spellcaster. Nice. I need to find a way to also make Soul Steel work. It turns out that if my idiot ass had just read the fine print of Angel of Death properly, I would have figured out exactly how to make Soul Steel work. It turns out the Angel of Death actually gives you an extra life. Yes, you heard that right. You die, but you come back to life. However, the drawback is it only gives you 1 extra life. But if you die, then you Soul Steal to, steal their soul. It replenishes the Death Ward effect of Angel of Death, meaning you technically can never die, so long as you keep chaining at least 1 Soul Steal after every death, while the Angel of Death is active. That means the title of this video was in fact not clickbait. You can actually cheat death and live forever. If played correctly, that is. Insane. I did, however, not have enough levels to equip Angel of Death yet, so for now we were still mortal. I also came to the realization that it was time to upgrade my summons. Although my prior summons had been great.
Were you about to say Lutelius go to Miss Maximus?
No, of course not. Why would you think that?
Yes, you were, you lying piece of filth.
No, I wasn't. I swear I wasn't. Please, no.
All hail, Lutelius go to Miss Maximus.
Shut the f*** up, you stupid corpse-hugging piece of Your mother didn't love you, and that's why you became a skinny, creepy weirdo. Okay, sorry about that. Needed to let that one out. Anyway, here in Nocron, we pick up the Great Shield Soldier Ashes. Now, I chose these summons for several reasons. 1, they're awesome. 2, my buffing spell was called Rally the Legion, not Rally the singular summon. And 3, one of my new spells, Ghost Flame Embrace, buffed all these guys even further by giving each individual one a Frostbite build-up effect. It was safe to say these boys were roided up. How roided up, you ask? Let's find out, shall we? Okay, now we'll summon all the boys. Okay, and then we'll buff them up with Rally the Legion and also Ghost Flame Embrace. Oh yeah. And then Sacrifice should kill all of them instantly and give them a buff. Oh my god. Okay, so they all died. But then I can bring them back. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, we can buff them up again. Ghost Flame Embrace. So now they're still building up Frostbite, and then we can just hang back. Yep. And just let the boys do the work. Hell yeah. Oh. Oh my god. This is so cool, honestly. And he's dead already. Okay, this is broken, but I love this. This is a great strategy. And they just like come hang out with me. They're just permanently my boys. Yes, it was indeed broken. Very broken. For anyone who hates dying in Elden Ring and is very lazy, this is definitely the build for you. It requires very minimal brain power to be effective. And, oh yes, I almost forgot to mention, the reason that Accursed Binding was so useful was that it allowed me to use summons endlessly without receiving any debuffs on myself at all. Yep. Even though Godric is buffed up in the Convergence mod, he also met the exact same fate as Margit. He got punished by an army of shieldy boys. And we'll do Ghost Flame Embrace to build up that Frostbite, and then let's see how this goes. Now, Godric should get obliterated here. Oh yeah. And then we'll do Sacrifice to sacrifice all the boys for some damage. Oh my god, and then we'll just call them straight back. They're back already. He's got Frostbite, buff them up, also give them frost damage. Oh my. The boys are just going to town on Godric. Okay. And now we run towards him. Hit him with the scythe. And we'll get the poise break. And the boys are just gonna keep beating down on him. Oh my god. Shame bro had no chance. You guys did well, my friends. Did very well. They like, look at them. They're not even weak. They just keep getting healed up. They're still like full HP. This is insane. It sure was, buddy boy. I was pretty happy with everything in the build at this point. The only thing left to do was to start bullying more bosses. The first of all was Dak, the Starcaller Lord. I felt a little bit sorry for him because he became an unwilling participant in an orgy. And now he's just gonna get beaten down. I don't really know what's going on. Oh my, he's just getting gangbanged. Oh my god. No. No, he just got violated. Okay, I have never violated Dak that badly. Oh. My god. Sorry, buddy. Of course, the next to fall was Star Scourge Radahn, the worthiest opponent we had faced so far, yet even he was no match for the power of the Necromancer. Okay, Curse Binding, and we'll call in the boys. Come lads. Come on, brothers. Pop our pot, Ghost Flame Embrace, and we'll just start with some Rancor Storms just to get that damage flowing. And when the boys get close, we're going to sacrifice them straight away. And we sacrifice the boys. And we call them right back. Hello, lads. And we buff them up. Ghost Flame Embrace. And then we just hang back. Oh, no, he wants us to come near him. Boom. Okay. They're like hardly taking any damage. We'll just keep spamming away. And he's gone already. Cool. Okay, that did them dirty. Okay, that did a lot of damage to them, understandably. Oh no, the boys are dying. It's fine, let's just sacrifice them. And then call them back. Okay, we'll buff them up again. And we'll just hang back. And boom, and then that should finish him. And he's still alive. Die! Die! There we go. I had basically become a passive observer of the game at this point. It really didn't feel like I was involved in the fighting at all, as most of the bosses rarely ever aggroed onto me because they were too busy being overwhelmed by the shieldy boys. But I didn't mind. This game is hard enough already, so I really don't mind when moments like these make it easy. And speaking of making things easy, I also picked up Fear's Robe set, which seems to be the pinnacle of the Necromancer armor, giving us extra int, faith, and shortening our spellcasting speed, as if we even needed any more buffs at this point. Okay, that's enough yapping. Let's continue with the rampage, shall we? Easiest fights of my life. You didn't get to see it, but I had used Phoenix of Death before that fight with Morgoth, but didn't even get to showcase it because he was too busy getting clapped. And yes, I also realized later on that I'd been calling it Angel of Death instead of Phoenix of Death the whole video. Oopsie. But for Fire Giant, I was able to test it out properly, and you can see for yourself how this spell works. Okay, so we'll start off with a little Phoenix of Death here, just to buff up. Then, of course, we'll go with a Cursed Binding to make sure summons don't hurt us too much. Then we'll get the boys. What up, lads? Oh yeah, Ghost Flame Embrace, that's all we need. Okay, now we'll use Ritual of Ghost Flame on his ankle. Actually, let's hit him with this. Okay, we'll charge up Ghost Flame. It's not bad. Do it again. Let's buff up everyone again. Ow. Okay, that's fun. We'll let us die there and we come back and now we Soul Steal. Oh wait, I missed. Soul Steal. Wait, I don't think Soul Steal works on him. Oh, it does. Okay. There, and now we get another life, which is we can just keep chaining that and we just can't die, which is actually insane. Okay, we'll just keep hitting this. Because that still does good damage. Yeah. Hit him with that. Oh yeah. Nice, we get the Poise Break there. Boom. Good damage. Get behind him, buff up the boys. And hit him with this. Huge damage. And he rolls away. Another one of this while he's distracted. Beautiful. Drops the elbow, we can get this off. Good damage. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. It's fine, even if we die here, Phoenix of Death will bring us back. It's almost dead. There we go. He's done. Easy peasy. Of course, I'd forgotten that I'm supposed to fight Malekith before the Fire Giant in the Convergence mod, but no matter. We take a quick trip to Gerank's Bestial Sanctum, where I quickly discovered that Phoenix of Death also saves you from fall damage. Lol. I then quickly cheese BBK outside his arena to take me to Faramazula, where we face up against Malekith, the blackest of all blades. Now, I usually have some trouble with Malekith in most of my runs because, honestly, I'm quite bad at the game, but this build basically turns the game into easy mode, and we beat him first try with no trouble. Malekith did, however, seem to be the only boss that could put a dent into the Great Shield boys. His Destined Death attacks really did a metric ton of damage to them, but alas, he still has a small HP bar and couldn't take them down fast enough before I just bring them right back. GG's, Malekith.
Yeah, unfortunately, they do get clapped by Malekith. Yeah, okay. I might have made my match here. Let's sacrifice them and then call them back again. Okay. Give them their buffs back. Keep Malekith busy. Sacrifice them. Sacrifice. What a good way to end it. Sacrificing the boys. Yeah, Malekith definitely did the most damage though. I've never seen any other boss do that much damage to the boys. Destined Death is still super strong. But yep, we'll take that. Easy dub.
With the big black doggo out of the way, I went back to my girl Melina and gave her my hand so that she could take me away to the Ashen capital. It was here that I went toe-to-toe with Gideon's superior, the Crucible Betrayer. Even though this is a much better boss than Gideon in many different ways, he too would get overwhelmed by Ghost Flame spam in combination with 5 Great Shield Legends. I do kind of miss using summons in Elden Ring. I haven't used them since my very first ever playthrough, and it feels really good to have them by my side once again.
And then we'll just chill back like the pussy that we are and just rain Ghost Flame on him. He's just getting annihilated. And then I want to finish him with a sacrifice again. I love that. So no one remains alive except me.
There really was no stopping us now. I don't think I've ever died less in an Elden Ring run than I have in this one. Elden Ring noobs, this is the class for you, as it can make the game easy for even the trashiest of players. If you've made it this far in the video, firstly, you should go outside, mate. It's a beautiful world out there. Secondly, I'd love it if you could smash that like and subscribe button to once again give me that rush I feel every time I see some positive feedback on my videos. And with that, the voiceover man will say goodbye, and I'll let Live Me do all the rest of the talking. Till next time, guys.
Rally the Legion, and then we'll just start spamming some Ghost Flame cannons. Oh, that one missed. When they get low, we'll sacrifice them, but for now we'll just keep spamming away with this. And they're still doing a lot of damage. These shield guys are just crazy. That should mess them. That didn't even kill them. These guys are insane. Nice. Transition to easy peasy. And they're just throwing their little pots at them. Let's actually sacrifice them, yeah. Good time to do that because now I can call them back in easy peasy. Buff them up. And now we'll just hit them with some mortars. Mid-air got him. Nice. Bro's getting cooked. Oh, I really do love making this game easy mode. Poor guy. Wow. Okay, we'll give ourselves an extra life. Okay, let's summon the boys. Buff up the boys. Give them frost build-up. Then we drink that. And then now we just spam Rancor Storm. This is not the greatest viewing experience, and I apologize for that. But just look at how Radigon's getting cooked. Oh my god, he's getting cooked so badly. Going for triple. Yeah, he's going for triple. I don't even know it. Oh my goodness. Gang banged. Gang banged. Holy. Okay, let's sacrifice them. And let's call them all back. Buff them up. And this should be easy peasy. He's not even going for me. Good damage there. Ow. Owie. I cannot see anything that's going on. Good damage there. Oh, explosion. I think we sacrificed the boys here. Yeah. Boys are still going strong. Oh, the boys are dead. Okay, let's sacrifice the rest. Oh, I forgot to give me all my HP back. That's really awesome. Let's go for my weapon here. Nice, good damage. Go for another L2. Yes, huge damage. He should be close to being poise broken now. Try one more. Oh yeah. Okay, L2, R2, charge R2. There we go, got the poise break. Okay. And I really want to finish it off with sacrifice. There we go. Sacrificing the boys to defeat the Elden Beast. Just look at me. I'm the best.
All hail, Lutelius Scotimus Maximus.